Hello viewers, welcome to the Editorial Analysis by Drishti IAS. In this section, we regularly take editorials from various newspapers and news portals for a better understanding of various issues happening in India and around the globe. In this section, we first try to link the editorial with our UPSC syllabus. Then we go analytical in order to understand some key points and at last some important concepts. Dear viewers, we truly hope that you like this initiative taken by Drishti IAS and your feedbacks are important for us. So kindly feel free to give your important feedbacks in the comment section. So without any further delay, let's commence our session.
Dear viewer, this video is available in Hindi as well. If you wish to watch it, please visit our Hindi YouTube channel, Drishti IAS. For your convenience, the link for this video in Hindi has been provided in the description below.
Today's editorial is taken from The Hindu, published on 23rd of November 2020. The title of today's editorial is Pressure and Punishment. If we try to link today's editorial with our UPSC syllabus, we can link it with GS Paper 2, which has sections that include polity, constitution, governance, and primarily with the section that includes international relations. If we try to summarize today's editorial, we can say that the world must force Pakistan to take tangible steps against terror networks. Some key points from today's editorial. The conviction of Hafiz Saeed, a United Nations designated terrorist whom India and the United States blame for the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks that killed 166 people, by a Lahore anti-terrorism court on terror finance charges, shows that Pakistan can be forced to act against terror networks under international pressure. Now, we all know that Hafiz Saeed, a United Nations designated terrorist, was convicted by an anti-terrorism court based in Lahore on terror finance charges. It actually shows that Pakistan can be forced to take action against all the terror networks if an appropriate amount of international pressure is applied over it. Saeed is in jail since July last year. He was convicted in another case of terror financing in February this year. He is currently serving 2 sentences of 5.5 years each. Saeed would not serve any additional jail term, as the judge said he would serve the punishment concurrently with the other sentences. But the repeated conviction of someone who was a favorite of Pakistan's military establishment still a few years ago in terror financing cases underscore the concerns India and the United States have about his operations. Now, both India and the United States of America, they have repeatedly come up with this statement that Hafiz Saeed is still operating with the support from the Pakistani army. Now, he first founded the Lashkar-e-Taiba (LET) in the 1990s, targeting India. The terrorist organization with whom he started was Lashkar-e-Taiba, and he laid the foundation of Lashkar-e-Taiba in 1990 with the primary aim of targeting India. When the terror group came under international pressure, he revived the JUD, that is Jamaat-ul-Dawa. See, the situation was Lashkar-e-Taiba was designated as a FTO, that means a foreign terrorist organization, on December 26, 2001. After this, Hafiz Saeed changed the group's name to JUD, that is Jamaat-ul-Dawa, and launched humanitarian projects to circumvent sanctions. The condition was quite clear. Saeed knew that actions will be taken against his organization. So what he did was he changed the name of LET and came up with a new name, which was Jamaat-ul-Dawa, though internally everybody knows that the operations of Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jamaat-ul-Dawa, they were same. They were targeting India and they were actually they have planned a lot many terror attacks on India during that duration. Even after the Mumbai attack, Pakistan refused to act against Saeed and his network. See, initially Pakistan was not accepting that terrorist organizations located in Pakistan have a role in the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. It was only after the United States declared a bounty on Said's head and the UN proscribed his organizations that Pakistan, facing pressure from the FATF, banned his organization. Strict actions against Hafiz Saeed and his organization came up only after when United States announced a bounty on the head of Hafiz Saeed of 10 million US dollars. And also the United Nations actually proscribed every organization that was associated with Hafiz Saeed. Unsurprisingly, the latest conviction comes a month after the FATF, a global dirty money watchdog, urged Pakistan to complete an internationally agreed action plan to fight terror financing. In February 28, Pakistan endorsed a UN list of terrorist organizations operating in the country and enforced a nationwide ban on them, including the Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jamaat-ul-Dawa, just before a meeting of the FATF. Now, FATF has constantly kept a watch on Pakistan and has taken subsequent actions accordingly. Also, Pakistan smartly tried to fool FATF but could not succeed. What Pakistan did in 2018, they came up with the UN list of the terrorist organizations and banned each and every organization in their country, including the Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jamaat-ul-Dawa, and many other organizations. Now, what exactly the FATF has done, what exactly FATF is, we have to take a slight idea about that. Now, if we talk about FATF, so FATF is Financial Action Task Force. It is an intergovernmental body established in the year 1989. The year of establishment was 1989. The objectives of FATF is to set standards and promote effective implementation of legal, regulatory, and operational measures for combating money laundering, terrorist financing, and other related threats to the integrity of the international financial system. It should be noted that with Pakistan, FATF has dealt very strongly. Now, the Financial Action Task Force decided Pakistan to be on the grey list in their recent meeting, and they have kept Pakistan in the grey list till the next review. The next review will happen when? It will happen in February 2021. The FATF, what exactly was the task that was given to Pakistan? The FATF issued a 27-point action plan after placing Pakistan on the grey list in the year 2018, June 2018. The action plan actually pertains to curb money laundering and terror financing. Recently, the task force ICRG, that means International Cooperation Review Group. Now, it is a part of the FATF. This ICRG has noted that Pakistan has complied with 21 points. That means out of 27 points which were given, Pakistan has worked over 21 and still 6 are remaining. So, by this, the FATF decided to keep Pakistan or to continue Pakistan be on the grey list. Now, the points on which Pakistan failed to deliver, they are: number 1, lack of action against the non-profit organizations linked to terror groups and banned by the United Nations Security Council. Also, delays in the prosecution of banned individuals and entities like Lashkar-e-Taiba's chief Hafiz Saeed. Now, Pakistan has taken this step. When they have convicted Hafiz Saeed, they have actually done this because of the international pressure. Also, Lashkar-e-Taiba operations chief Zakiur Rahman Lakhvi, as well as Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar. So these are other people against whom a proper action is to be taken from Pakistan. Also, Pakistan was found non-compliant in cracking down on terror financing through narcotics and smuggling of mining products, including precious stones. Now, what actually would be the consequences if Pakistan continues to be on the grey list? Number 1, The FATF listing makes it extremely difficult for Pakistan to get any kind of financial aid from the IMF, that is International Monetary Fund, the World Bank and the European Union. Now, what is India's stand against this? What India has to say with reference to the FATF's decision to keep Pakistan on the grey list? India has continuously said one thing very clearly. It says that Pakistan, even today, is providing safe havens to terrorist entities and individuals and has also not yet taken any action against several terrorist entities and individuals, including those proscribed by the United Nations Security Council, such as Masood Azhar, Dawood Ibrahim, Zakiur Rahman Lakwi, etc. Okay, so this was with the FATF's decision. Now, but the FATF still placed Pakistan on its grey list in June 2018. See, since June 2018, Pakistan is on FATF's grey list, and the next review will happen in February 2021, and demanded more action from Islamabad to avoid being blacklisted, which could invite economic sanctions. Like I said, when Pakistan is on grey list, it will definitely incur a lot of trouble to get any kind of financial aid from organizations like IMF, World Bank, European Union. See, this is the case when Pakistan is being kept on the grey list. If FATF puts Pakistan on the blacklist, no funding would be provided to Pakistan and Pakistan will be a left alone country. Ever since Pakistan, which could not afford to be blacklisted, especially when its economy is in a shambles, has moved against Said. And that's exactly is the reason why Pakistan has taken this step against Hafiz Saeed, because Pakistan know that their economy is in a very bad shape, and such a decision like putting Pakistan on blacklist by FATF will invite nothing but problem for Pakistan. The Anti-Terrorism Department's FIRs against Saeed and his aides accuses the Jamatul Dawa of financial terrorism from its fund collection in the name of charity through NGOs. Now, the FIR that has been put against Hafiz Saeed and his aide, it actually says that the money which is received by Jamatul Dawa in the name of charity has actually been used for terror financing. This is the charge under which Hafiz Saeed has been booked. The way ahead. While the authorities' move against Saeed is welcome, the question is whether these are genuine attempt to fight terrorism or half-hearted measures to dodge international pressure. See, this is the biggest question here. Now, whether Pakistan is doing all these things wholeheartedly or it is actually doing these things just under international pressure. See, I'll give you an example. A statement that was issued by then United States of America President Donald Trump. He came up with the statement on Pakistan on January 2018. Under that statement, Donald Trump said that Pakistan gives safe haven to the terrorists we hunt in Afghanistan with little help. The United States has foolishly given Pakistan more than 33 billion US dollars. See, 33 billion US dollars is what Pakistan has received only from United States of America in the last 15 years. And Pakistan have given us nothing but lies and deceit, thinking of our leaders as fools. So this was the opinion which Donald Trump kept about Pakistan. We hope that Joe Biden might be having the same opinion to Pakistan. There are doubts because Pakistan has used anti-India and anti-Afghan terrorist networks for strategic advantages. We all know that it is Pakistan who is spreading terrorism both in India and Afghanistan through the terrorist groups which are nurturing in Pakistan's land. It was this dual policy of fighting terror at home while nurturing terror groups that target its rivals abroad that has been responsible for Pakistan's predicament. Everybody knows. In fact, now United States of America also agrees to this, that Pakistan has been befooling the international community. Pakistan, in the name of helping or in the name of fighting terror at home, is taking financial aids But what exactly they are doing? They are nurturing various terrorist groups in their own lands. So they have been following this dual policy continuously, and it is time that it should come to an end. If it is serious about fighting terrorism, Pakistan should crack down on terror financing and terror infrastructure. Now is the time that Pakistan has to show their real commitment. If they are really committed to fight against terrorism, now is the time that Pakistan should crack down every source of terror financing, and every terror infrastructure should be destroyed, should be demolished. The international community and organizations, including the FATF, should keep up the pressure until Islamabad shows tangible outcomes. Now it is very important for the entire international community, that they should keep on pushing Pakistan. They have to apply pressure over Pakistan if results are to be needed. And in this, everybody, international community, FATF, everyone has to keep the pressure on Islamabad, that they have to continuously eliminate each and every source, each and every infrastructure of terrorism that is in Pakistan. So viewers, this was with the today's editorial. Now the questions that can be framed with reference to today's editorial. Number one, given a rising graph of cross-border terrorism over the past 2 decades, discuss in what way cooperation with neighbors on security is essential for India. Number two, the neighborhood first policy signals India's commitment to improve ties with its immediate neighbors, but faces challenges of regional diplomacy. Discuss in 250 words. So viewers, this was with today's editorial analysis. I hope you liked it. Thank you very much.